Hello friends, welcome and thank you for tuning in. We sincerely hope you find this video beneficial, and if you do, please support our channel by sharing it with your friends and subscribing to it so you'll know when we upload new videos. 9 scenarios that'll help you decide whether or not to break up with a friend for good. Friendships can be some of our most sustaining and joy-inducing relationships. But despite what society portrays, it is not true that friendships never change or end. Research actually confirms what we've all experienced. From time to time, certain friendships can devolve into relationships that bring us more stress than happiness. Most friendships that started in school don't even last a year. And yes, some adult friendships may last throughout life, but some of them can make us feel like we've been given a life sentence. So, how do you know when it's time to move on? Well, sometimes the signs are all there, and it is quite obvious. Like when a friend cheats on you with another from time to time, or shows affection towards your current or ex, or how about steal from you? Other times, however, it may not be so obvious. Fundamentally, we need to follow our gut and know when it is time to end that relationship. Ending a friendship can feel devastating. But, that said, here are some scenarios to consider when thinking about that friendship. You can't be yourself around them. Of course, we all change over time, but you feel you have to hide who you are or what you are really feeling or wanting to do. You even find your friend embarrassing and feel ashamed while and after hanging out with them. You are struggling to understand why you are friends to begin with. Real friends shouldn't hurt, manipulate, or use you or pressure you to be someone you're not. A true friend inspires you to be better, happier, healthier, and more yourself. They don't value your time. We have all heard that time never stops for anyone. So who we spend our time with is as important as what we do in order to maintain our well-being. When your friend is only calling to complain about how bad everything is, or only care to talk about themselves and never ask about your day, then you may feel undervalued and unappreciated, and feel that your time isn't worth it. You do all the work in the relationship. You find yourself justifying their selfish and inconsiderate behavior. You are the one who initiates all the ideas, coordinates all the plans, and are responsible for changing them if it's not convenient for your friend. You also find yourself talking them down or pumping them up, providing whatever they need. If you're doing all the work in the relationship, you're their employee, not their friend. And it may be time to consider going on strike. The relationship brings you more negativity and less joy. Yes, you had a lot in common in the beginning, but now your exhaustion increases with every moment you spend together. You go home and wonder why things have changed. The friendship no longer brings you happiness, and you find yourself drifting away from wanting to spend time with them. They don't respect your boundaries, and the conversation is all about them. You feel that often they don't reciprocate your feeling or action, and you are giving away too much without getting anything but guilt in return. The conversations are very one-sided, and it's more about them, and they show very little interest in what's going on in your life. The friendship feels more like a transaction. You feel like they take financial advantage of you. They're always making excuses as to why they don't or can't pay for their half. They are with you because of what you can do for them, and often they try to sell you something, ask to borrow money again and again, or keep tabs on favors. You leave every interaction with an urge to wash your hands because you feel that they are taking you for granted. They jeopardize your health. Healthy or unhealthy habits can circulate within friends. You are noticing their unhealthy psychological habits and tendencies to put you down or to complain constantly. They don't want to support your healthy habits, eat better, team up to exercise. Instead, they're constantly pulling you down, pressuring you to drink or smoke after you've made it clear you're trying to change, or otherwise ridicule your attempt to take care of yourself. They don't put effort into the relationship. Of course, over time, the balance in any relationship seems to shift back and forth. You feel that even if you're having a crisis, what is going on in your friend's life is always more important. You don't share your successes and your struggles anymore. Words like mutual, shared, and reciprocal are all the words that should come to your mind when you think of your friendship, but none of those come to your mind when you think about them. Good friendships are based on mutual support, and good friends manage differences to balance each other out. They are emotionally manipulating you. Managing the emotions of others, and not in a good way, is basically what manipulation means. It's sulking to get someone to feel bad, and it's being especially nice to butter someone up. You may not even realize whether it's happening or not, because being the target of manipulation is easy. It's only after it's done and over with is when you realize the full extent of what happened. You feel you're at a loss for words when others ask you about the friendship and end up explaining it's complicated. You also feel that you've changed for the worse, and as a result of this friendship are less happy, less secure, and even less confident. But somehow, you're the one always doing the apologizing. Or you may just feel like something is always off. You are now unable to express personal thoughts and feelings, but are always providing comfort when needed to your friend. Overall, as time goes by, you realize more and more that as you were growing and developing yourself, they weren't. You are becoming more intentional with who you want to spend your time with. You no longer want drama, backstabbing, and judgment in your life. In order for any relationship to work well, you have to grow together. If you no longer share the same interests, perspectives, morals, or beliefs, it's time to move on instead of getting dragged down. Relationships must be mutually supportive and beneficial in order to thrive. You don't want a friendship that is an energy drain, because it could also be toxic to your positive health and growth. It may be time to let this friendship go and create a circle of like-minded, positive, and supportive friends. It is a very difficult thing to do, but one of the best decisions you can make for yourself.